Yo, what's good everyone? NickSmith is back. Today we're going to be talking about 5 NBA young guns that I think will be the future of the NBA. So here are 5 players who are the future of the NBA, and let's get into it. So when LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade and players alike retire, these are the players we're going to have to watch and enjoy. Now, I know Mike Lezemba made a similar video to this, but here are my reasons why these are the top 5 players of the future. By all means, go check out Mike Lezemba's video if you haven't. It's really awesome and he goes really in depth. Also, one quick note is that all these players are under the age of 23, and this is my personal list. Not to mention all players that got drafted like Ben Simmons and Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram obviously won't be on this list because, well, we haven't actually seen them play an NBA game. If it was up to me, I'd probably put Ben Simmons on this list. You know me, I'm Australian, I love Ben Simmons. Anyway, let's get into it and let's aim for 1,000 likes for the next video. Number 5, Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins entered the NBA surrounded by an immense amount of hype. Let me read you out a quote. "From everything you see or hear, he's the next kid coming into the NBA that's going to demand on talent alone. A significant amount from a brand. That type of commitment and interest for a rookie has really died down since LeBron James and maybe Kevin Durant being the last one." Now this quote came from a source associated with Under Armour. But now, nearly through 2 seasons in the league, some of the hype surrounding Andrew Wiggins has faded. In fact, some may even say he's been a slight disappointment. But let me put it this way, only 10 other players in league history match Wiggins in average for points, rebounds and assists while hitting as many threes through their first 2 seasons. He's now going to be coached by Tom Thibodeau, and if Tibbs could make Jimmy Butler an all-star and turn Taj Gibson into a weapon for the Chicago Bulls, what he can do with Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins is absolutely scary. The modern NBA is dominated by great coaches and superstars, and the Timberwolves are on track to grow with both. Despite all the criticism Andrew Wiggins cops for not living up to the hype, the future looks bright for him and for Minnesota. The natural tools and physical talent hasn't left him, and I think Andrew Wiggins will definitely have one of the brightest futures in the NBA. Number 4, Kristaps Porzingis. When you have a guy at 20 years old and you can see what he can do already in this league, there's going to be high expectations. And we're going to help him get to those levels because I know for a fact I would love to see a guy that got booed on draft night be one of the best players in the NBA. We know what he'll be because if he can do what he does at age 19 or 20, most of the guys really come into their own at around age 24, 25 and 26. So he's got such a bright future and it's going to be off the charts by the time he gets to that age. He handles the ball like a wing and has shown flashes of a shooting stroke that evokes thoughts of Kevin Durant. And the craziest thing is that he's 7'3". That's insane. As Porzingis continues to grow and become more comfortable with the speed and physicality of the NBA game, he's going to be an absolute nightmare to try and contain. Number 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis's end to this year was absolutely insane. Since Jason Kidd benched Michael Carter-Williams, the Greek Freak has been playing point guard on offense and is averaging a ridiculous 19.1 points per game, 9.1 rebounds, and 7.3 assists. The main thing that he lacks is his ability to shoot a consistent shot. But his inability to shoot from downtown hasn't hurt him, because as long as he has the ball in his hands, the opposition's defense have to pay attention to him. Once he adds that to his game and starts making defenders pay for going under the screen, the sky's the limit for point Giannis. In an article written by Andrew Sharp from Sports Illustrated, he wrote, "It's scary, it's thrilling. He's a human triple-double, playing point guard and guarding power forwards, and even now you get the sense that he's only scratching the surface, which I 100% agree. Giannis, as we know, is known as the Greek Freak. He's literally a freak. He's incredible. And I think this upcoming year, we will truly see how Giannis will be as a player in the league, and honestly, I can't wait." Number 2, Karl-Anthony Towns. Trust me, Cat will win an MVP one day, and it won't surprise me if he wins at least 3. He's that freaking good. The jump in the NBA is supposed to be the most difficult transition in a young player's career, and Towns is making it look easy. As difficult as it is to imagine, The Minnesota Timberwolves' Karl-Anthony Towns has the potential to be a slightly bigger and better passing version of Anthony Davis. Never mind who you think is better right now. What I can say for sure is the matchup of Davis versus Karl-Anthony Towns will be one that we'll watch in a way that we watched LeBron versus Kevin Durant. That's literally how good these two young players are. Even as the NBA continues to get bigger, more athletic and more skilled, finding players truly capable of that style will be difficult, but thanks to his potential to legitimately do everything on a basketball court, Towns is already there. Number 1, you guessed it, I talked about him before, Anthony Davis. It was actually a really difficult decision to be made in creating this list. The choice for number 1 spot was either Karl-Anthony Towns or Anthony Davis. A few years ago, I would have said that no one would even come close to being as good as Anthony Davis at such a young age. And then Karl-Anthony Towns came out of nowhere. But I still think that AD has the number 1 spot, at least for now. In the survey of NBA GMs, one of the questions was, if you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the entire NBA, who would it be? To almost everyone's surprise, it wasn't Anthony Bennett. But obviously, it was Anthony Davis. 86.2% of the respondents chose Anthony Davis over Kevin Durant and LeBron James, and, well, any other player in the NBA. Durant and LeBron finished tied for second, each with just 6.9% of the vote. In 2014-15, Davis shot 53% from the floor and knocked down over 80% of his free throw attempts, which is pretty remarkable for a big man. He also averaged 2.2 assists per contest, putting Anthony Davis into even more elite company. How elite, you might ask? Well, the last NBA player to shoot 53% from the field and 80% from the charity stripe, in addition to dishing out at least 2 assists per game, was Steve Nash in 2011-2012. The only question mark on the New Orleans Pelicans' Anthony Davis at this point is the injuries. If he can stay healthy, he has the chance to become the best NBA player in the NBA. Despite playing for a losing team and averaging 63.8 games per season, Davis is 8th in the NBA in win shares since he entered the league in 2012. For his career, the 6'10" Anthony Davis is averaging 20.8 points, 9.7 rebounds, 2.4 blocks, and 1.3 steals. The list of players who are able to hit those averages over the course of their first 4 seasons is short. David Robinson, Anthony Davis, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Bob Lanier are the only ones. Davis, even with injury concerns, could end up being this generation's big man. And the thing is, I think what most people forget is that Anthony Davis is only 23 years old, which is pretty incredible. Lastly, I think Devin Booker and D'Angelo Russell are going to be great NBA players. And I definitely want to create another one of these videos later on in about a year, because by that time, we might see some new faces. Devin Booker and D'Angelo Russell will certainly be one of those players, as well as players like Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, and Jabari Parker. I just feel like those players need to prove something else in the NBA. But I will say for sure that the NBA has a very bright future. Considering that these players are only young and under the age of 23 or lower, and we have some amazing 24-year-olds too. Players like Kawhi Leonard and Kyrie Irving. We have some very young but insane talent in the NBA at this point. Anyway, let me know down below if you think that somebody else should have been mentioned on this list. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and lastly, I just want to talk about something real quick. Do you guys like the mixture of NBA videos as well as NBA 2K content? Or do you want me to create a new channel where this channel's NBA 2K or this channel's NBA and the other channel's NBA or NBA 2K content? So we just split it up. Let me know down below. I personally love posting both on this channel, and let me know down below what you guys think. By the way, do you normally watch my NBA 2K videos if you're a fan of my NBA content? And do you watch NBA videos if you're a fan of my NBA 2K content? Let me know down below. I would love to know. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. NBA videos are always coming out on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Like I said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.